So welcome back students. Today in this class, in this lecture, we will see how the different users of this class that we discussed previous lecture. What is the object? What is a class? Their differences. So how a object will access his values provided by the class. So firstly, in Java, the syntax is we'll have to write the class name. We'll have to write the class name. Then we have to write the name of the object. This is a variable. This is a variable, and user can give its own value. So this is user defined. So this is user defined. So class name object, then we have an equal sign, then there is a new keyword, new. So this is important, new keyword. When we see something new as a keyword in the program, we have to understand that that particular statement is a object creating statement. So after the new, what follows here is the class or the name of the class name. From which this object is going to create that particular template. This, I'll repeat again, this is a class name for which the object is going to use the template or uh, use his uh, blueprint. After that, which this particular class may take values of a different class. So that is why it is not necessarily this object that was created intended to be used using this class's values. So suppose this class name is my class, and you are wanting to make some users, or some user is wanting to use this the data types provided by the my class. So what will be the syntax is, first the class name have to be written. So we'll write my class, then we'll so as we are this discussing, the my class will be the class name followed by user defined name of a object. Maybe maybe the name, let us give the object obj. So that means the obj object, this particular object that will be created, can accept values that are of the type my class, definitely, because suppose if I have a variable int, x, it cannot store a character variable, is it? Can it store a character variable? It cannot. But if I have a float variable, suppose if I have a float value, if I have a float value, float x, what are the values it can store? Suppose it can store value 3.14, it can store 3.14, and it can also store the value 3. It is an integer value, it is a whole number, but still the float can store this x. There are certain properties because of which this particular object, it is also like this x, it belong to some data type. X belongs to, let us say in this case x belongs to float, but it is storing a value 3, even though it is able to store decimal values 3 in with decimal up to say 7-8 decimal places. So this object can hold, now not integer, you cannot write my class object equal to 3, that will be wrong. But why it will be wrong? Because now what kind of values this object can store, defined by what kind of value this data type allows this object to store. So float allows x to store the value 3. Float allows x to work with the value 3, but it does not allow x to work with something like this, a character. It will not allow. Similarly, the my class, that is the class that is created, it will have its properties. It will have properties like parameters, methods. So this class will allow object to take values using the keyword new. That is how object in Java is created, or different language, different way of declaring the object, but that is the concept remains the same. So in Java, this is because we are in the Java programming. So in Java, the class name is written with the object name, then new keyword will be written, and in this part we'll have to write the name of the class for which this object is now going to take the value. Generally, most of the time, like if we declare a float, we are going to write here a float number. If we write a float, we are going to write here a float number. We are not going to write 3. We are definitely most of the time we will write numbers like 5.4, 5.4213, such kind of number. So there is a purpose because of which the data type of x is given float. Similarly, there is a purpose because of which object obj is of the type my class, and this is suppose our my class, user defined class, but still the class name on the right side will finally it will define what values the object can hold. So most of the time, generally we write the same class, my class, we write the same class, this class name and this class name. We most of the time we write the same class, but as I said that this float x can also take the value 3, which is an integer and it is a correct it will be parsed correctly by the C compiler or the same in the Java compiler. Similarly, the object belonging to my class can hold values of another classes allowed by my class. Now my class does not allow all the classes for object. If suppose in our program there are 100 classes, out of which my class is one of these 100 classes, so my class will not allow object to take all the 100 classes. Maybe out of 100, maybe 5 or 4 or 3, and there is a subclass. It is called a subclass of my class. So those subclasses can be allowed here, including the class my class, but not other than that. Okay, and this is how the object is created. And once the object is created, you can use that particular instance or the for that particular object. Now obj user will be created for this class, and to access a value, suppose x, we write obj dot x. So you can give some value to this obj dot x, let us say 1, and another user can be written, another user can create my class obj 2. So obj2 can have or obj n number of objects we can create for this class, and each of them can be assigned different values.